The second philosophy that began to develop in China during the Warring States and thereafter was proposed by a Chinese government official, bureaucrat, sometimes known as Confucius, or in the Western world better known as Confucius. And as he looked at the disorder that was happening around him, he really began to focus on the idea of harmony. And that harmony and obedience and order had to be reestablished. And that started, well, first of all, with an unequal relationship. For example, the emperor and the subject. The emperor was given the nod by the people to rule. In return, the emperor must provide fair taxes, good leadership, and avoid corruption. And in return, the people provide their loyalty to the emperor. Another example would be at a more personal level, father-son. The father has the responsibility of taking care of the family, taking care of the son, and therefore the son he owes and must obey the father. This is often referred to as filial piety. It translates out to mean that which pertains to sons. That sons have a duty and responsibility to listen to their parents, to their father, and as they get older to take care of said parents. Now this doesn't necessarily pertain to daughters, because a daughter will grow up and get married and move away from the household, and she will become obedient and following that of her husband's family. So this is why it's called pertaining to sons. Hence why in Chinese culture the importance was stressed upon having sons. Another example of this Confucian idea of harmony was husband-wife. A husband takes care of wife, therefore wife takes care of husband. Even older brother, younger brother. So you can see this relationship, or this unequal relationship that takes place, where one must provide good leadership. In return, the other provides, of course, their loyalty. As the Confucians would describe it, the superior party in the relationship behave with sincerity, benevolence, and concern for the other. The inferior party was motivated to respond with obedience. Some sayings of Kung Fu's, or if you would say Confucius. Again, talking about putting that moral example out there for all people. Another. And one final one. Confucianism really became the central element of education in China. The idea was to prepare students, prepare them for eventually official positions. So part of the educational system is really built around these concepts. And so it was important for a student to understand Confucianism and the Confucian writings. Another famous quote by Confucius: "To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must cultivate our personal life. And to cultivate our personal life, we must first set our hearts right." So if you're going to try to end this period of disorder, it all begins with whom? And the answer to that is with you. That if you set things right, then they'll become right for all. Confucianism was, well, some less famous sayings. Okay, these weren't really said by Confucius. These are really meant to be jokes, but it really kind of acknowledges the fact that Confucianism was speaking about wisdom. And so people here are making jokes and fun of the wisdom. But that was the concept behind it. Confucianism was not a religion. It was a way of life. How do you conduct yourself? And these concepts will spread to neighboring countries. So there's no active missionaries that are going out to spread Confucianism purposely. But as the Chinese begin to interact with neighboring countries, such as Korea, Vietnam, and Japan, these concepts will begin to influence them. You'll find that in how they conduct their daily lives and also within government service.